2, 1. We live.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh,
double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and the sincere Shalom to Yakim bringing out this word and diligence and the truth. And we come another weekend and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh is who the world normally calls God. His name means He is and He exists. And Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls the Messiah, his name is his name means He is the deliverer, man. And we come to warn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, of the end to come, man. Because as you see, chaos is still ensuing. Right, we're only in February, and Yahweh Shai is making the chess pieces on the board move, man, to the point where shit is about to get very real soon, man. And we see that He is coming out with all these different devices and our schemes in order to what? In order to further you or further put you into a bind, man, to put you into straight positions, where He's going to corner you and then make fourth mandatory the MOTB, man. But before that, pestilences and great evils have to come upon the earth. You're seeing chaos, in the Middle East, and you're seeing what's going on in Mexico, or it's like, what is it, Puerto Vallarta?
Yeah.
You're seeing all these troubles, come across the world, and ultimately it's going to engulf the U.S., man. You see the food crisis, with the quality of the food getting worse. Esau giving you 3D printed meats, right? So this is all prophecy, man. This is the end days, and if you don't repent and get ready, then ultimately Yahweh Shai is going to allow these scourges, to be the end of you, man. Meaning great judgment coming down upon you.
Can we get another script? He got one. Can we get another one? Can we get Ezekiel 9? 4? I got it.
Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yeah, and here we are, man. As the scripture says in the book of Proverbs, wisdom crieth without, and she uttereth her voice in the street, in the chief place of concourse, man. And here we are in that chief place of concourse, or the agora, which is the marketplace, in which all nations have to hear of the destruction and the prophecies to come, man. As the scriptures say, all shall hear, and then the end shall come, man. Right? So it says, the prophets which were set before thee prophesy both of many countries and great kingdoms of evil and pestilence, man. Right now, what's going on in the Middle East, specifically Iran, they're going through a period of uranium and plutonium enrichment, man, which basically means that rare element is being mined over there. Because according to February 5th, you had the last nuclear treaty between Russia and the U.S. break, man, and that treaty basically stated that now they're free to beef up their military, or uranium production, nuclear production, the water, bro. You know, and that's what's happening in Iran as well. And it's beautiful because ultimately we understand that Yahweh Shai didn't allow just the Smith to create these weapons for no purpose, man. The purpose is to use them. So now we're seeing a nuclear war be beefed up, which shows you that the end is also coming, man. Hence,
you're talking about Iran, that's over there in the Middle East. But, Iran got sleeper cells here in America, man. And hey, Iran get attacked. Well, when Iran get attacked, the sleeper cells gonna be activated. Right? So it's gonna be T attacks all over the world, man, especially here in Great Babylon, America. So you see that wars going on overseas, thinking they ain't gonna touch you. Thinking you ain't gonna see some shit at home. Yeah, wait and see, man.
They thought the same thing about the 19, man. They saw that shit over in China and thinking, okay, that's just another pandemic, that's a China thing. Like, nah, that became an American thing. It became a global thing. Right. Therefore, that's the same thing's gonna happen with these wars and these uprisings.
Yeah, I want to make a quick. You got
scripture. It's Isaiah 47, starting at verse 10.
That's what I lead to.
It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy bosom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off."
So beautiful. That's what I was going to lead into that scripture with it. But the point is, America ain't truly been touched. Yeah, what about 9/11? Yeah, 9/11 is going to look like I see. Let me call myself.
But 9/11 was more. It was more a domestic than.
I'm gonna say 9/11 was like you was in the movies getting, y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Versus what's about to happen to America.
Yeah.
America is a big difference of what's about to happen to America. Okay, and it's gonna be like one guy just all grabbing and at the versus the world like nah, we ravish, we ripping clothes, and they gonna lift the skirt up on this place. We're already lifting the skirt up, but I'm saying they're gonna take this place over and completely overwhelm this place.
Right.
From the inside out.
And it's coming out that 9/11 was carried out by America's greatest ally, man. You know? That was not extremist, Muslim extremist. It was actually the people who control the Senate and the White House and the Pentagon. You know?
I got another script.
But did you read the one?
I'll go back and reread the last one.
Yeah, you got it. After
Isaiah 47 and 11. It says, "Therefore shall evil come upon thee; thou shalt not know from whence it riseth."
Yeah, America's gonna be blindsided. Somebody hit you, you don't know where it's coming from. Right. You're gonna be discombobulated. You're gonna be afraid. That's the state of these people here in America. They're gonna be afraid. They gonna, the only spirit they got to is go bow down to the beast. When they get afraid. So that's what's coming. Yeah. Lord's been warning you through his prophets. What verse are you in?
Verse 11.
Yeah.
It says, "And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know."
And I was going to use the analogy. If you ever been in a fight where you got in a confrontation and the guy's looking like they going to jump you, what happens to the guy that got the most pride on him? He think he can't be hit, so he ain't watching his back. He just like, what? I dare somebody. Thinking he ain't protecting his chin. He ain't watching hands. He just think it can't happen. Well, that's America. America think it can't happen, but guess what?
Feel too secure.
Exactly.
That's why the prophecy. Yeah, that's why the prophecy said that. I sit as a queen, I'm no widow. I will not suffer the loss of children. That's the pride of somebody that feels secure.
Untouchable.
That they can never be touched, they can never be taken down.
That's what I was going to have you jump up to.
I'm gonna read this precept and then I'll go back to Isaiah. This is Jeremiah 50 and 23, and this is in the NLT. And it says, how the hammer of the whole earth is crushed and broken.
Hey, how is America that hammer? Hey, what flexes what? It's nuclear capabilities and prowess across all the rest of these nations, man. Hey, they feel, also when you look at America, look at the top countries below America and their military spending, man. Hey, they have nothing combined against the amount of money that America pushes towards their military. So they're the hammer of the earth. Hey, look at all the bombings that's going on. Who's doing it? Whose hand is behind it? Of course, it's the small hats, right? But hey, they're the brain of the operation, and America's the muscle.
Yeah. I think it might have, I don't know if it was you, Z, or one of you brothers, you had posted a tweet where I think it was Trump. He was issuing out a threat to Iran or one of those, like Syria, one of those countries. But he was basically saying that if you don't comply, if you don't negotiate in 10 days, in a certain amount of time,
I saw
he
that
basically said, we're going to bring out the hammer. He said that. So that's how you know who the hammer of the earth is. Right?
It was the same when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Every problem looks like a nail.
Exactly. It says, how Babylon has become a horror of desolation among the nations. I set a trap for you, and you also were caught, O Babylon, and you did not know.
It's like the precept in the book of Psalms. It says, it shall return upon his own fate. Because ultimately all the nations that are nuclear capable, they're going to gather or join themselves with the bigger forces, Russia and China, as the scripture speaks about in Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. Russia shall be a guard unto them, right? And the scriptures tell us in the book of Jeremiah, all ye that bend the bow shoot at her, spare no arrows, man.
Can I bring some like a quick movie analogy, right? Y'all seen the movie Four Brothers?
Yeah,
Right, with Andre and Mark Wahlberg and Tyrese. You know, right? What happened at the end when he was like, yeah, y'all get him, then he realized he was surrounded. That's the scenario at the very end where they had turned the tables on the kingpin or whatever, and now all his boys are surrounded him. Well, that's the same scenario right here. He thinking they got his back, but he done bought them all off because they tired of your shit.
Training day.
Okay? Just if you catch the end of that movie, for you that haven't seen it or if y'all don't remember, that's the same situation. American thinking King Trump because he got that, you know, the NATO basically around him. Well, guess what? NATO tired of your shit too.
Yeah. That whole piece. That's it.
You have more, you going back.
I go back to Isaiah. I'll jump up now.
7?
Yeah. Isaiah 47 and 7, it says, and thou sayest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart. Neither.
So like the pride of America really don't consider that they should get repaid the evil that is done upon people. Like they can just untouchable. They can just go around pillaging, lying, stealing, deceiving, okay, and with no repercussions. Because they forget there's a God in heaven that has this thing set up. Okay? And it was different when you're waiting only for the Heavenly Father to make us. That's why he got a space force. He's like, if anybody can get us, it can only be an extraterrestrial force. But he don't realize that even his own allies design him like, I'm tired of this nigga, man. I'm tired of this bitch, man. She's up there making trouble for everybody. Shit that don't need to be happening.
Just to add to the point, when it comes to fighting and combat, offense matters, but defense matters more, man. Because you can get off as many hits as you can, but if you also taking hits, there's only so many hits you can take. So if the least amount of damage you take, that makes you that much more stronger.
That's right.
I had looked up real quick on ChatGPT. What are the top 3 countries that spend the most on their military? And obviously, we know it's the first is U.S. They spend roughly 900 billion to a trillion per year, and they said that takes up about 37 to 40% of total global military spending. And then,
Wait, hold on. Think of how many countries? It's like hundreds of countries. Okay, and then 40%. I think they said the next top 10 or something like that, still don't equal the same amount that they put out. Yeah, I wanted to say it's about American spending, right? In the military. I used to be in the military, so military, their parts and labor and all that, but it's primarily the parts, because I used to work on airplanes. So one screw can be like $20,000.
They get overcharged.
It's way overcharged, man. It's a lot of wasteful spending.
Wow.
Yeah, because these weapons manufacturers are privately owned, so they set the price of the missile. A missile can fucking cost $10 million. And in America, you have to buy it. So that's why America spends so much.
they most of their spending is on offense, on being able to fight.
Yeah, because to project global power, you always have to be out and about. That's why it says this man is never at home. He's in everybody's land. That costs money.
Oh yeah.
Fuel to move around. And
bases. They got like 20 bases surrounding Iran and over there in the Middle East.
They got like 800 military bases worldwide.
Yeah, something like that.
This is number 2 is China with around 300 billion annually. And then Russia.
Can we make a quick, I like to bring the money situation up. They said $1 trillion, right? Y'all know how many billions is in $1 trillion? How many 300 billions is in $1 trillion? Well, we know it's like 3 of them. 300 billions.
300 billion.
The number
333 billions.
right to make a trillion to close to be short.
Yes, to be
$1
short.
trillion. The number is out of control. Just showing you how much they put into that.
The average
so here
American.
you got the big 50 cal with all the hollow point. He got all the what did the Edomite do on the earth? When he go get his guns and his hunting rifles, why you got a fucking elephant gun when you shooting elk? What the fuck is you doing?
Overkill.
This is how he gets down. When you can shoot an arrow compound bowl do the same shit. That's that thick clay. Yep. The second chapter. That's that heavy debt. That's the trillions of dollars that's going to the military.
And then you American citizens are paying to foot the bill. Have been footing the bill. Where do you think the rest of your taxes go after Israel get theirs? To this fucking military.
Yep.
To defend what? Not defend American and Israel's interests globally. Not to defend so-called American citizens here on this land.
For the small hands.
You got a little more.
The third one is Russia with 120 to 150 billion a year.
Those are the next two biggest ones. They know they're gonna get double teamed. They got it. You got it.
Back in verse 7, it says, "And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart."
Didn't that go right into Psalm 49? The inward thought of that their houses shall continue forever. They don't think they're ever gonna get taken out of power. This motherfucker, they hit the Genesis mission, the Great Reset, just gonna start over. Like, you can't just, I know your 250 is up, but you can't just start over another 250 and then when you want to start over. That's how they did America.
Like the last 250, that didn't count.
Yeah. Now we're gonna get another.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna redo it. Matter of fact, this workout, which we know it will, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna do it as long as we want to do it.
This is the real beginning.
Yeah. You got it.
It says, "So that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it."
That they should get destroyed. And the prophecy is telling us the latter end. You got it.
And that's why what we're saying, what we're out here declaring, is very threatening to them. Because we're actually telling them, no, you're not going to rule and dominate forever. You're actually going to have a violent end. That's what the prophets are supposed to be saying. You know?
The funny part about that also, not only we said it, they like, this is the beginning. Like, no, this is the end. All your moves that you're making that are transition to your beginning is exactly the moves of your end. That's what we're saying. That's what they're like, now keep doing that. Keep doing that. Because this is only going to further your end, not your beginning.
If I can get this from the chat, right? It says, this is pertaining to that phrase, "I shall be a lady forever," right? It says, "This statement of pride, arrogance, and false security." The chapter is a prophecy against Babylon, which at the time was the dominant world empire, which it is to this day now. Back then, it was the Neo-Babylonian Empire ruled by the Syrians, but now we have Babylon the Great. It says, "Babylon sees itself as untouchable, wealthy, powerful, secure, and culturally superior. Calling itself a lady forever means it believed its rule would never end. Its position of luxury and dominance was permanent. It was beyond judgment or collapse."
Yeah. Go back to the first line. I think you read. Get into it. There's something in there that you said.
It says, "Babylon saw itself as untouchable, wealthy, powerful, secure, and culturally superior."
Culturally superior. Hey, but what happened to where you got your culture from? We know you tap in from all these empires that did fall, but yours is really based in Roman Empire culture. Which somebody real quick get you, I forget the 7 or 50 verse exactly, about Babylon the Great. Because we know, about Sodom and Gomorrah. Because we know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, and a similar thing is going to happen here because of the cultural, what did it say? The cultural what?
It said culturally superior.
Yeah, because of the culture. Yeah, and that's why you see rainbows everywhere and not after it rains.
Pride is part of the culture of Babylon.
Right.
Gluttony is part of the culture of Babylon. Arrogance is part of the culture of Babylon.
What was the
Immorality, sexual immorality is part of the culture of Babylon. You know? Luxury, greed, that's all part of the decadence. It's all part of the culture. You know? They talk about American culture, black culture. They really share the same attributes. It's all behaviors that's detested by the Heavenly Father. And our people, along with these Babylonians, they take pride in it. So they look at other countries as culturally superior. That's why they'll go to another country and, well, I'm an American. The American dollar in my pocket is stronger than your currency. So I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? They'll treat you like a peasant. We're in your country.
Your own country, right?
And then they got this that whole attitude. The people in these different countries, they still respect them.
Yeah.
Like you see Edomites, they go down to Mexico City and set up shop and set up, you know, businesses and shit. And Jake down there still had that, like in Jamaica too. But you know how in Demolition Man where he couldn't.
Yeah, he couldn't get in.
He couldn't kill. He didn't want to kill the main guy.
Yeah.
It's like they got this psychological block on Jake where it's like do something. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, the scriptures talk about that wine,
Yeah.
Babylonian wine. All these people, they off that strong drink. They stagger with but not with strong drink.
They're like hypnotized to this shit, man.
Because like it says in was that Nahum, she selleth the nations by her orders and her witchcrafts. So a lot of these people are they're mentally intoxicated off of Babylonian culture. You know? So going back, it says calling itself a lady forever means it believed its rule would never end. Its position of luxury and dominance was permanent. It was beyond judgment or collapse.
It's like that proud woman who believes she never got out of her prime. You know? Just like our women. They always say, oh, I'm a 10. Even in their 50s, they're a 10. Hey, well, Babylon got that same mind state.
And they feel like they can never be held accountable.
Why does that matter how many bodies I got?
Right.
The same America.
Yeah, why does it matter how many bombs we drop? You know? That mean we evil? Oh, shit, yeah.
Hey, but here you go, Trump trying to rededicate America back to Christianity or to the Lord, or get the hell out of it. Goddamn hypocrites.
It says pride and the illusion of invincibility. Babylon's confidence wasn't just political, it was spiritual arrogance. Later in the chapter, Babylon says, I am and there is none else beside me. That language echoes the kind of absolute self-exaltation reserved for the Most High only.
They're kind. And you see patterns through that and throughout the kingdom leaders, man. Antiochus had that same spirit. You know, where he thought what? He was untouchable. Until it took what? Until it took the arm of Yahweh Shemel Shai to weaken him to the point where he just started decomposing, man. You know, Herod as well. And they said that Herod was a god, and they said he fell immediately. You know, because he accepted that title, man. So how much
did he
more?
die the same type of death?
Yeah.
I know he was killed and he died, but
Internally.
he was internally.
Rotten
He was rotting from the inside.
Gangrene.
So it seems like it's
like the king of
somebody could go to a biblical shop. I kind of see a correlation with that.
Trump,
They might have died the same way.
Trump just came out yesterday. I think the day before he had a press conference. He put tariffs on the whole world.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was talking shit.
Yeah.
And he said he has the right
15%.
to destroy any country that he wants to be either tariffs or by force. The pride, the arrogance,
Audacity.
to say that to the world. You know, when you're a fucking draft dodger.
I got a precept real quick to go over because I was reading. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. It's going into the point that he was saying, the elder was saying about they're thinking that their kingdom is going to continue forever. They have no end. You know that this, you know, after they establish this technocracy, that's going to be the new beginning. You know? They've had this attitude for forever. You know, they've done their wickedness and they continue to thrive. And you know, that's what it says in Psalms. These are the wicked that prosper in the earth.
And the point you're making is simply you can't a country or a kingdom or even an empire that rules without the Most High at the forefront. You can't stand. And even if like the Persians and the Medes was okay, it's better than a lot of these others, especially these wicked Edomite rulership. But it wasn't prophesied for them to be the dominant kingdom of forever. That blessing falls on Jacob. Okay?
We read that in Daniel. It says that our kingdom is going to be forever and ever. Our kingdom is going to be the only eternal empire, eternal rulership. It's going to be a world without end. Now, every other nation won't have that same luxury. They had their time to rule, and then it was time for them to be put down for another to be set up.
And I said, like, these motherfuckers is lucky y'all ever got a chance to rule. Y'all didn't have to do that. So be happy you did what you did. You fucked it off. Hey, that's what you get.
Somebody get that account in Acts. Start at the 21st verse.
Acts 12 and 21. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto them.
Now, hey, think of Babylon too, as we read about this. Because he had on his royal apparel, and it says about the whore with the scarlet.
Revelation 18.
Yeah, Revelation 18.
Go into the color psychology of those two colors, scarlet and
Crimson, which is
That's kind of mix of it.
and then notice
Crimson and crime.
and notice Donald Trump, Nero 47, he been walking around with that purple tie.
Yeah. You know, they were using him as a rebel a lot of times.
Yeah. Two sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that purple.
Sounds subliminal.
Got it.
And the people gave a shout, saying, It is the voice of a God and not of a man. And immediately the angel of the Lord smote him, because he gave not the Most High the glory. And he was eaten of worms and gave up the ghost.
There it is. So that's confirming that he died a similar death to Antiochus Epiphanes. Because they both self-exalted themselves to God status. They both had a God complex.
Yup.
Both happened to be Edomite, Esau.
Trump is putting banners of himself all over.
Yep.
You know, he's talking about.
Didn't he talk about putting like an arch? Ark of Trump.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I'm gonna kill that nigga.
Come on, man.
I'm pretty sure he's planning on building a statue somewhere too.
Right in the middle of the reflection to the grand ballroom.
So the book of Maccabees, 2nd Maccabees, chapter 9 and verse 5, says, But the Lord Almighty, the power of Israel, Yahweh Shemel Shai, smote them with an incurable and invisible plague.
Yeah, this same devil, just like Herod, and he's before Herod, right? He had the same attitude. He put hell on Jake. He wanted to be worshipped as a god. I think he tried to exalt himself. And I think it's it might have been in Daniel, either the 8th chapter or the 11th chapter. But he pretty much tried to pride himself. Matter of fact, Slakia, Daniel 8, I believe.
I got it. It's Daniel 8 and 25. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart.
Like, yeah. He shall magnify himself in his heart. That's talking about Antiochus Epiphanes. Which that's exactly what he did. Right? And it was like, if you want to worship Zeus, you basically worship me.
I got a note I took from the commentary for that verse. It says, Antiochus, what was it? Antiochus Epiphanes, horrible death by worms and ulcers, when he was on the way to Judea, intending to take vengeance for the defeat of his armies by the Maccabees, was a primary fulfillment foreshadowing God's judgment on the last enemy of the Jewish church.
The Maccabees, which they were basically like They were there to protect the legacy of the priesthood.
Preserve,
Preserve the priesthood. Right? And they was able to rededicate the temple. So we had to get the victory over this devil because he was the one that brought the abomination of desolation.
That's it.
Polluted our temple. So that devil had to pay. Yeah.
Because the heathens, the Lord don't care about the heathens worshiping their own gods. But where they fucked up was trying to strong arm Israel to worship the destruction. That's where they fucked up.
And then right here, this says in the AI overview, dealing with Herod, right? It says, according to both biblical accounts and the first century historian Josephus, King Herod Agrippa died after being struck by an angel for accepting divine worship, resulting in a gruesome, painful death where he was eaten by worms. While Acts emphasizes the spiritual cause, Josephus describes a likely gangrenous condition where worms or maggots emerged from his body while he was alive. Specifically his genitalia, accompanied by severe.
Hey, so imagine if you was one of his concubines or whatever, you gotta go on there and dread it like, ugh. So who's that was just trying to, was that Charlie or no, that was Nikki?
Oh,
yeah. Fuck around with Trump. Ugh, bitch, that's nasty.
Oh, yeah, she sucked him up.
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
Now she just full maggot.
I wouldn't require nothing less if I was him. Talk to top of you bitches, you know.
Yep. That's some serious pain right there. It said through the genitalia.
That's like some shit gonorrhea. Shit.
That's
Worms.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I see the squirt worms.
The scriptures tell you how the Most High, he's a jealous power, man. And he said he would not give his glory to another, neither his praise to graven images. So that was like a personal judgment because he's still alive while he's pretty much dying. He's alive.
And another thing to consider, the Herodians, they came up under the law. Because remember, their ancestors were forcibly converted to the law, statutes, commandments under John Hyrcanus. So they knew the law, but for him to still accept that type of worship that was being wicked towards Israel, the Lord had to get his ass. So the same thing, these devils, they know the law, and they swear on the scriptures. You know, they claim that through Christianity, they was able to get this land. They did all types of wickedness under the guise of Christianity. So the Lord's gonna hold them accountable too. Right? So it says accompanied by severe abdominal pain. Right? So that's how he went out. That's how he got judged. All right. So now that we got both of those accounts, go ahead.
Is that Wisdom of Solomon 14?
I want somebody to get Isaiah 14.
Is that Wisdom of Solomon 14? We'll start here at 12. It says, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. Right? And these men were basically exalted into gods or idols. Right? So through that process, guess what? The Lord requires death. And that's why these kingdoms have to continue to come to an end. Because what? They're not worshiping the Father in spirit and truth, man.
That's it.
And that's why the kingdom of Israel is gonna last forever, because we won't be going off.
That's right.
You know? Hence dying.
Yeah, Esau has managed to make himself into an idol. So the world, you know, they wander after his ways. Look at their advanced technology. Look at their science. You know, look at how dominant they've been for all this time. You know what I'm saying? Look at how. So you see these things, and you can see why this devil walks around with his head in the clouds.
Exactly.
This whole AI digital system that they've been creating, it prompts them to believe that they're God on earth. Right. They have all this type of control, power. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ultimately they have a foothold on all facets of life. From food to education to politics to entertainment. That's pretty much everything, man. The environment, right?
They wanna be able to gene edit you if they want to. Like who posted that? Where they said that now they can start putting
Genetic
RNA in your produce now.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
You know?
That's great.
Spraying nanites above us.
Stand
Yeah.
this motherfucking devil.
Well, that goes back to this devil, going back to Isaiah 47.
Come
You know, I am and nothing else. Thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee.
Man.
You know? So, oh yeah, Isaiah 14, where it says, you can read it either way, where it says the worms.
I get the KJV. Isaiah 14, and I start at verse 11. Thy pomp is
You know what? Start at 4 and then 8.
Isaiah 14, starting at verse 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Hell,
That's when Esau going to captivity. And these other nations. So America got to be destroyed. And Al Shah basically got to set up his kingdom on the planet Earth. Then the fir trees going to be like, you're going to rejoice. The animals going to be rejoicing. Esau, he's not destroying the planet Earth. He's in captivity.
That's it.
hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Hell. Grave and suffering slavery. Because hell is a condition. Also, it can mean the grave as well.
It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. They have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the ground, to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and
That's going to be a rude awakening for the top elite Edomites. They're going to be hiding in the bunkers. They're going to be hiding in deep undersea ocean stations and shit. Space stations. Right?
The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee.
Hey, the what?
The worms cover thee.
Worms cover these. Yeah, it symbolizes decomposition or decay, which this society is going through.
You can't decompose it.
There's no reverse at that point. Yeah,
God, it's beautiful because when you look at the book of Daniel,
that's like it's a plague.
Exactly.
Babylon is being plagued.
Exactly.
You don't know if a false flag can happen. You know, anywhere you go, it's danger. People don't trust each other. You know, it's a lot of uncertainty in the air. It's a lot of pessimism,
Anxiety.
yeah, anxiety. You don't know what can happen.
People on edge.
It used to just be Jake walking around each other and be like head on the swivel. Now it's everybody. Everybody's head is on the swivel. What's happening? People running up and sticking people and just robbing and it's just that's what society's at right now. How this man supposed to make it great again with this environment going on? How's he gonna stop that? Well, if you're a hammer, now you're about to hammer the American citizens.
That's it.
So what is that? So he can't cognitively think how to quell this. The easiest way to quell civil unrest within your citizens, give them some fucking money.
Not happening.
And that ain't happening. You know that money's
That's
supposed to be gone.
Any money that they're gonna give you is gonna be the debt that you already been paying.
Any money they're gonna give you is gonna be not too high, not too low, enough for you to give it majority right back.
Exactly.
Be broke again.
Right.
Like those rebate checks that allegedly.
Yeah.
That I'm pretty sure that's just money that they've been taken from you any fucking way. And they're just
And he
gonna
didn't
give
even
right
give it
back
all.
to you.
That's
He didn't
it.
give it all back.
Yeah, it's just a little
piece of it.
portion of it.
Exactly.
You know?
Not even
On
close.
top of that, you get your regular work check, man. And your regular work check is getting taxed with anywhere from a quarter to 30%. So essentially, that means that you're really only working or getting paid three-fourths of the year.
That's
You know, the
fucking-
first quarter of the year, you're basically working for free.
Yeah, I'm
That's
tired.
slavery.
Yeah.
Even a quarter slavery, 1% slavery is still fucking slavery. I was gonna say, by the way, you slaves, y'all not getting reparations. So hang that shit up. Man, that ain't even been talked about. They won't even go back into the conversation of didn't he promise to tax-free overtime? What happened to that?
Even that was a treat.
Yeah,
Right.
what happened to that?
It's not the full overtime. It's only 2/3 of the overtime.
Yeah.
Hey, this place is through, man. The worms is spreading over, man.
It can.
The infrastructure is trash. The bridges can't stay intact. They constantly falling apart. The freeways. Here in Vegas, it's always construction on the roads all day, every
They said
day,
that's
all
the-
throughout Vegas.
Right.
That's the state landmark is Orange Cone.
Yeah,
They're everywhere.
Shit, it's like that.
building up all traffic every morning.
You just see LA.
Oh, LA is terrible.
Man, like the construction.
It's terrible.
They gotta get the Olympics ready.
Yeah.
And they just, the city just milks the money, man. They could fix a fucking road in 2 days. They do that shit in China.
Yeah, right.
So overpasses and
Yeah.
shit in a weekend in China.
You know?
Yeah.
Just milking
But,
that shit.
you know, those unions, they're bad too. They just milk the money, man. It's all just scam here.
It's all a big.
What is that? Market for gain. Everything they do here is just a way to extort money out of the people.
Yeah, so when people come here,
Ponzi scheme.
when people come here, they see like, man, this shit is not it. This ain't what we thought.
We thought this was streets paved to go. This shit concrete.
People come here and see all the unnecessary bullshit that you got to pay for. What Esau considers necessities. You know, like you got to pay for insurance and
Dental?
health, medical,
Healthcare.
all that shit. You gotta pay to park on a public street.
Wait,
That's
you
fucking
buy your food?
You walk through, yeah, it's all good.
You buy your food with chemicals in it on purpose? You know? This leads to the medical. That's the fucked up part. It's an endless cycle of just condemnation. Being constantly condemned over and over and over, and it starts at the top. And that's what the brother's reading about. If it starts at the top, as is the king, as is the ruler, as is the people. Y'all got it.
I think so. That was the main point about how the worms would cover and spread. So after reading about how those previous rulers in their dominant position, when their empire was dominant, they had that God self-defined complex.
Yep.
They deified themselves. So Babylon self-deified itself.
Exactly.
And now the worms is starting to spread.
Decay on it.
And that's why this place is experiencing what it's experiencing now. Okay?
That's right.
It's like they sometimes people forget that eventually they're gonna die. So while they're alive, they live thinking, especially when you're young. You think that you're just always gonna be young. You're never gonna get old. You're never gonna get sick, and your death is just never gonna come to you.
Just pride.
Forget.
That's interesting you say that, right? We know that usually widows are women that are they're older. They're up in age. They didn't have a husband that had passed on already, so she's older, and she's, normally in the ancient world they would remain unmarried and be widowed, but they would be much more older. They would be the younger women. We know that younger women, they have that sense of pride when they're in their prime.
Yep.
When they're in their prime, you can't tell them nothing.
Okay.
You know?
Facts.
And that's how Babylon has always carried itself. You know? I'll never get old. I'll always have security. I'll always do what I want. I'll always be able to get what I want. So that's why Babylon is a comparison of a woman.
Exactly.
You know? A harlot at that. You know? But she got connects over here with this dude. She got connect with this guy over here. And that represents these nations that are that have trade relations with the war.
It's on Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 6. It says, "Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures."
This is the YOLO scripture, as I like to call it.
That's wisdom too.
"And let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our
And part of that
voluptuousness."
crown is that exalt themselves. Remember that was people were doing that. The filter. The filter that had that.
It says, "Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow."
Let us exalt ourselves over the lowly. That's not what the sentiment of the scriptures is talking about, though. It's supposed to help the fatherless and the widow, the lowly. Because that's usually who was lowly. If you're young and able-bodied as a man, you work so you can get yourself together. If you were a young woman, you married, and that man, took care of you. So everybody that was of youth was usually good, unless you became a widow or unless you became up in age.
It says, "Nor revenge."
Yeah, if you were fatherless, you didn't have any protection, security, guidance. You was fatherless, and you were vulnerable to the enemy. Just like in this society, Jake is vulnerable to the enemy because the father was kicked out. That's right.
Philosophies.
Somebody got you. And what it said in Job 39th chapter, she leaveth her eggs in the dust of the earth, forgetting that the feet can crush them. Because they're unprotected, they're ostrich, that's the society now. Okay? If you were fatherless. Go ahead.
"Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. Let our strength..."
Every society, where did I read that at? It was, I think it was East Indian or Arab man. I think it was East Indian man. He goes, only a society that doesn't take care of their elderly is bound to crumble. Or I forget how it goes, but basically every society, like in the ancient cultures in the Middle East and over the Eastern world over there, they all take care of their elderly. The parents move in, so they don't have to do that. But then the system of that, they help babysit the children. They can work and bring to the house. It's a good ecosystem, but they're being taken care of. The mother sharing, the grandmother basically is sharing recipes with the wife. The daughters are learning from both of them, so they're seeing the structure of how they're passing down the customs. Right. The men are out. I got a quick one for you.
Leviticus 19:32 in the NLT. "Stand up in the presence of the elderly and show respect for the age. Fear your power, Yahweh. I am the Lord."
That's kind of people, Jake, that don't know the truth. That's kind of embedded in our culture. That you see the elderly in the store, you open the door for them. You see them struggling, you help them. You grab that off the.
This generation and a half is like,
that's
right. Shut the fuck up, old man.
Yeah, but that's we don't even have it's something that you don't even got to say. It's like, oh shit, let me get you with that. Let me help you with that, sir. Let me help you with that. But these, like you said, these niggas nowadays. But that's just something that we're supposed to do. That we did. Even in this condition that we're in. We still had some respect for the elderly.
What do they call you now? Like if you in the 40s, late 30s, 40s, 50s, they call you an old head. Or unk.
Right,
Because I was laughing at this, and the young guy at the gym told me about it. He said because it represents an older way of thinking. Which we know from the scriptures, the old path is the right way. So the older you go back, the closer to that right way. You know, where the manners were at, where the chivalry was at. Now, all this lawlessness, and nobody can tell a teenager nothing.
Oh, this generation cook.
Even the idea of age itself has become a negative stigma. Like, because somebody got up in age, it's looked at as a negative thing. That's a blessing.
Yeah, you survived. You didn't barely grow up in Babylon the Great as a Jake man. Look, you done made it through to get to this age?
Shush.
Yeah, there's no reason why a 60-plus-year-old person should come out of retirement to make ends meet, get a job part-time.
Exactly.
There's just absolutely no reason for that. Okay? You got fucking 70-year-olds
Still at Walmart.
ran out of the fucking retirement money. And now they're just fucking their family members, you know, disposed to them. The government absolutely just doesn't care for them. What are these people supposed to do?
Cutting off their Medicaid and Social Security. You know,
Wicked society, man.
They're gonna work you from you're gonna basically work till you're dead. That's how it's designed here. You know? And that's why it says back in Isaiah 47, thou hast laid the yoke upon the ancient. You know? Thou hast laid thy yoke upon the ancient. You didn't show no compassion or nothing. Because this place is all about greed, capitalism. And we even use elderly people that are not even that's barely able-bodied to capitalize on your labor. You know?
That's right. Yeah.
Capitalize on your labor.
Shush. You ain't never gonna have that.
So that's another reason why this place gotta go.
You had this one devil, Ben Shapiro, which he's a small hat. He was being interviewed about the retirement age, and he said the retirement age needs to be raised, and there's absolutely no reason why you should want to retire anyways. You know? And if you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should leave.
Exactly.
Hey,
Look, yeah, now here's the crazy part. There's a fight or whatever going on, and it sounds like she said that he stole her bike.
The nigga went to the rescue.
Look. Here's what you gonna do in heels in a minute. What you gonna do in heels in a minute, sir? Point. But look, why are you over there? Look, he was stealing her bike.
If it was black people fighting, she would have took out her phone and recorded it.
Now, but that goes to show you how, and look, ain't nobody over there black. So, you know, that's in the middle of that altercation. Because it's a spectacle when niggas do it.
Evil.
But now, like this situation, this is other people that these curses is falling on.
Hey, like I said, Babylon is cooked.
Yeah.
This place is cooked.
What did that man could have got up and knocked the nigga on that? Then what? She shouldn't have been in there.
Feet be stripped of blood. Yeah.
Well, there's a scripture that say, he that meddleth with contention that doesn't concern him is like one that taketh a dog by the ear.
He's right on
One of them could have went over there and got hurt. Now you got Metro. Don't get distracted by that shit. So I'm gonna read some more from the chat today. We can, go with
I wanted to go back to black because it's tied into what you're reading about.
He didn't finish it.
You had something different?
No, it's still dealing with Isaiah 47.
No, that is. So you got it.
Back on the chat, right? It says, dealing with that particular verse, Babylon feeling invincible. It says these are the reasons: military dominance, economic wealth, strong fortifications, a history of conquest, belief in its own superiority. But Isaiah's message is that the pride blinded Babylon. It assumed permanence, but it would fall suddenly.
Yep. Wow. Hit it on the head.
That's it, son.
You gotta, like you said when you first started reading that, you gotta read that and imagine America.
Hey, and I asked it, right? It says, now regarding the United States under the Donald Trump administration, it says, supporters often describe the administration's rhetoric as emphasizing national strength, economic self-confidence,
That's all right.
border control and sovereignty,
Good.
military power, America first nationalism. Right? It says critics argue that some of the rhetoric can sound like exceptionalism framed as moral superiority, dismissal of international constraints, confidence that American dominance is secure or inevitable.
Condescending is not how America does it all.
You can say, they say confidence, it's pride.
Yeah.
It's pride.
They condescend a lot of shit, which is a part of, a byproduct of pride as well.
It's the difference between confidence and pride.
It says, if we compare America and Babylon symbolically, it says both involve strong national self-assertion. Both project confidence and continued dominance. Both can be perceived as emphasizing strength over vulnerability.
But they'd be the most vulnerable. They project strength, but they'd be the most vulnerable. You want to go back to that? Because it's going right back into that decay. How Trump is decaying, how Herod was decaying, and how it projects down passes down the countries.
Back in 2 Maccabees chapter 9, verse 5. It says, but the Lord Almighty, the power of Israel, smote them with an incurable and invisible plague. For as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him. And so
Remediless. There's no balm for your pain.
basically like terminal, man.
No cure.
You only have so many days to live.
Hey, well, that goes back to Daniel 5, right? The feast with Belshazzar said, many take parts. Thy days are numbered in the balance.
The brother said it last night, live, he said, America's on hospice. And hospice is, you understand what hospice is, brothers that may not know what hospice is.
Y'all good.
America's on hospice, so what does that mean? That means it just want to make you comfortable on the way out. That's all hospice is there for, so that's what it is.
When you in your hospital bed, before you go out, you got family, you got the TV.
In the hospital, they got the priest come down and the priest.
You know what I'm saying? They try to make you as comfortable as possible on your way out.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
With the little feet elevation.
Feet elevation. Got the little remote right there.
It's like America. They want to go out and they sleep. Nah, man, you gonna go out violently.
Oh yeah.
Violence shall not grace city be thrown down.
Going down, we got choking. Hey, like the one Jake, he was taking care of the old people.
Oh, you just went in there and start just punching the foot down.
The nigga look like Leon from Snowfall. Was he calling them Edomites too or no? No. He was fucking them up though.
They were trying to claim that he knew he was an Israelite or something like that.
Yeah.
I think vocab had to say something.
That's what it's gonna be like. Where America's the one in the bed and they're defenseless. They can't block the punches. They can't do nothing. They can't holler to the nurse. They can't ring the bell. They can't do nothing. They can't move.
Well, that's the warning that the Lord has given Babylon. That despite all this, that you think you have, the Lord is gonna catch you he's putting you in a trap, a snare. that you won't be able to get, escape from. All these nations are gearing up. They're preparing themselves.
Prepping, yep.
While you're systematically impleting, it's like you're imploding. You're systematically imploding while all your enemies are preparing themselves for you.
Yep, yep.
So the Lord is the one that's actually setting it up.
Yep. Set the stage, yeah. Oh.
You know?
That's it.
There's more on second Maccabees. It says, verse, I'll continue in verse 5. It says, a pain of the vows that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts. Hey, that's like, that's really exactly what's happening here. The inner parts, the inside of America, man, it's really feeling that pain now.
Yeah.
You know? And you're rotting from, think about it, you're alive, and you're fucking rotting from the inside.
Getting ate out.
That's a lot more humbling.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Every movement and every function is being felt, right? Because no longer is it, hey, something as simple as you drinking water, hey, that brings a pain to you. So now that water has to travel through the intestines and blot it out, you know?
Damn.
So now they're leaking, hey, now it's blood and pus in those, you know, in those internal organs.
Damn.
you got the president shitting himself on national TV.
Everybody knows that's the cutest to wrap it up.
No more questions. Everyone out.
No more
Sitting
questions.
like a 3-year-old and toddler.
Damn.
You know I should have put that depends on.
He can't control his bowels, just like this.
Lucky, man.
Like it says right here.
Shit, it's crazy. It's over, bro.
You know?
Shit.
Yeah, well, that's the birth. Really, you can compare it with also the birth pains, travail. People are feeling it, man. It tells you that in Ecclesiastes about how the grinding shall cease.
Yeah.
Because it's few. You know, we're in that evil time.
That's right.
People out of work, inflation, gas prices, what you're paying at the grocery store, a lot of evictions, homelessness, a lot of meth heads, perk heads,
And the crimes, the
murder suicides.
like the what's that word? Like the level of crimes, not just like, oh, he kills somebody, got you. It's like the level of the violence, the anger that's going into these crimes.
Violent crime rate.
Yeah, like people are really like taking out their frustration on other people out here, man. You know, there's absolutely no love. Yeah. So this society's on a downward spiral, man. It's fast too. You know?
That's it. It's over down.
You know how, like, you have a person they're suffering a lot of pain, and they know that they're in pain, but they don't want to outwardly show that they're in pain. That's America.
Trying to hide their shame, man.
America's in a lot of hurt.
Oh yeah.
They just don't want to show the world that. They still got to assume their dominant, position. Yeah, poker face.
It's that pride.
Y'all know who we are. We still America. We still our currency still the top currency, even though it's dying.
It's that pride, man.
Yep. And your armadas, they don't really intimidate those nations over there anymore, because you got that 04 carrier, which is worth billions of dollars. Think about it. All that money, all that personnel that it takes to power that thing. Iran said it only takes one missile to put that thing at the bottom of the sea. So here you are, you have billions of dollars in this warship, and all they need is a couple missiles, man.
what you said, it reminds me of Revelation 18.
Glass.
The Lord likens his destruction into an hour. How so great riches shall come not in 1 hour. If they can do it one message, the Lord is going to destroy this. All these hundreds of years of earth in this place are going to be gone in 1 hour once those missiles get hit.
The beautiful part about it is about that hour. You think about the grand scheme of time. For the amount of an empire, a world dominant empire, should be taken down in an hour. And it don't mean that it's gonna take an hour to do it. It just means that's how fast. Because it ain't gonna be a minute, but I mean like from 1 hour to the next. So 12. So the time that we've been teaching, this shit gonna be nothing.
Yeah, from the beginning to now, it'll be over.
Long on, been on. You know.
You can see the Most High, because of the wickedness of this place and the people, He's gonna slow that hour down. Where, you know, the ones that partake in the second death, they're gonna feel every moment. You know, they're gonna feel those missiles. They're gonna feel the torment. You know, they're gonna be some of them gonna be in good case because they think they made it through the famine, they made it through the plagues. You know, for the Most High to ultimately destroy them in this missile fire.
Boxing match, right? In terms of,
Yeah, out boxing match.
Like 48 minutes down. Yeah, 48 now. 50 minutes. That's 12 by a lot of different.
You watch one full episode of Black Mirror and then it's over.
Damn. Yeah.
The Lord was that in Zephaniah? He said that I will make it a speedy riddance. Yeah, man. All the time the Lord allowed you to position yourself. You know, all that labor, you taking down the tribes and exploiting the tribes and build up your empire, free slave labor, how you was able to set up Wall Street, the stock market, you know, and you moved into a huge empire, a dominant empire. For the Lord to, in just 1 hour, bring all of that to nothing. It's going to be as if you never existed.
Get out the way. Get out the way.
Hey, Sodom and Gomorrah, people that don't know about that history, if they took a flight over there, they would have never known that those cities over there used to be an actual civilization. You never know that. There would be no way. There would be no way of you ever knowing that if it wasn't recorded in the scripture.
History, right here. Biblical history.
And the fact that those archaeologists that went over there and proved that, yeah, it definitely used to be happening. It used to pop inside of Gomorrah. You know? You hear the music playing like it's popping over there. How Babylon is always known to it's lit over there.
Hey,
all this partying and decadence. It was like that in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. It was popping, but it was full of sodomites.
The Lord just pulled the plug on that shit, man.
In one day. It only took one event, and the Lord wiped them flat.
It's like from the evening that the angels came to the next day. They stayed overnight.
A lot was trying to slow it down. Like, hold on, think about it. You gotta be 50 people in here, don't you?
Abraham, yep.
Man, get the hell out of here. And that's what America's like. Hey, if you're not watching these videos with the intent to get salvation, and you're moving with reverence, fear and reverence of Yahweh Shai, hey man, just chill, man. Get your missile. You should be watching these with intent, not for entertainment, but intent to build your faith up, that your works will reflect that of the elect, man.
That's it.
Okay, so that you can escape these plagues that we're talking about. Somebody read that too, didn't they?
I don't think they read it yet. But while you get that, also get Sirach 10.
I got you.
I think I like the 13th verse.
Jude verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
That's the same judgment of Babylon the Great, aka America.
Yep.
Okay? So it has to go down with great violence, man. Okay? What did it say? Brimstone, fire and brimstone? Well, we know that's how it went down. Well, it's a similar thing. It's just going to come by nuclear missile.
That's it.
Nuclear warhead.
It's an eternal fight.
Eternal fire. And the eternal fire, just like America, is that it won't ever be inhabited. It's so destroyed.
Yep.
Just to say it simply.
And you better believe, before the Lord rained fire and brimstone in that place, I'm pretty sure a lot of those them freaky ass Hamites, they had a level of security. You know, it was because that the behavior that was allowed, it was actually protected, just like here in America. Any country that give these abominations rights, is protected. So you could just continue to do an iniquity. You could be a big demon. You could be lawless. So the Most High, when there's no retribution for it, when there's no judgment, the Lord ultimately takes it into His hands. Babylon is ruled by lawless devils. That's why it's nothing but lawless behavior here.
Witchcraft.
So what do you think is got to happen? They got to be brought to judgment. Because real judgment isn't going forth. The law is slack here in Babylon. All right. And what was one of the things? What was one of the attributes of Sodom? When you read Ezekiel. That was the first one. Pride. They had a lot of pride, man. You know, they was doing it every day. They was partying, getting their freak on. They was doing it all: eating, drinking, marrying, giving in marriage, same-sex marriage. And they felt invincible. You know, they had businesses, shops. They had an economy. They had it all. On the other side of the Dead Sea. And so the Lord, He had it to where like, all right, I'm enough of this shit. I'm done with this. Abraham, well, he didn't tell him this verbatim, but when you read Genesis the 18th chapter, because the Lord was getting ready to judge those cities, and Abraham, he knew. So in his fear, he asked the Lord, for the sake of his nephew Lot, hey, if there be at least this amount of people that are righteous, will you spare and not destroy them? And the Lord's like, man, go find 40, go find 30, go find 20. Matter of fact, go find 10.
Well, if you get one, it's gotta be one.
Yeah.
There's an angel snatching vividly by the crown of his head. If you don't get your ass out of here, it's just time, man. It's over. And that same fetch, is that the word we look up in Deuteronomy? Shall fetch thee.
Fetch thee.
I think that might be the same Hebrew word. I don't remember.
Basically to take you, like to abduct you.
Yeah. In the righteous sense.
Sirach 10.
This the book of Sirach, chapter 10, verse 13. It says, "For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination."
Pour out abomination. Like I said, those cities, Sodom, Gomorrah, Zoar, all of them, and the other city, they all had that prideful attitude because they was able to just do what the hell their flesh desired without any consequence.
Exactly.
Without any
like they didn't have, these were Canaanites, so they didn't have Leviticus 20:13 as a law back then to govern them. They didn't follow our law. They were lawless.
Yep, they were.
I would say they didn't have any immediate consequences.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
They weren't.
Meaning
claiming
it
to
was
be-
seen as a normality, that behavior.
Yep.
And it got so flagrant, flagrant that the Most High got tired of it.
This thing is probably like Vegas. People showing up that wasn't even wicked, but they show up and hang out like this shit is possible.
Oh, this shit is.
Let's try that.
People come here and they get their soul took.
People come here and never go back to where they came from.
Come.
I'm moving here.
For the wickedness.
Or Hollywood.
Yeah.
Any place here in Babylon. Really.
That tells you that in Revelation 18 as well. When this place gets destroyed, it talks about all the things that made it rich. One of those things was the souls of men and slaves.
Yep.
You know? So this is a highly wicked, sinful society, man. But read that again.
It says, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination, and therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities.
And the Lord, therefore the Lord did what?
Brought upon them strange calamities.
He brought upon them strange calamities.
And overthrew them utterly.
And overthrew them utterly. So how did he overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah and the other 3 cities? That was a strange overthrow. When before that, when do we read the Lord destroying cities in that manner with fire and brimstone?
Shit, we really don't.
That was new.
That was very new.
This is how I'm gonna address this shit.
Fire from the sky.
This is y'all too fake.
Jeez.
Out in the open, no shame. Just like you see here.
Yeah.
Right, it says that.
But that's like it. But the difference is now, your children ain't safe. They snatch your children into.
Man, this place gotta go.
Little toddlers, babies.
They take them to the hospital.
Yeah. See, when we read in the account with a lot, these were grown men trying to go after other grown men. Here in Babylon, they going after the little babies.
That shit, man. That shit, man.
So this shit is beyond wicked, man.
Yeah, you see, I forget the guy's name. He said, what did he say? You wonderful black, curvy black women. How much for your eggs? It started at 100. It's like 100? What? Okay, all right. So I started at 5.
Like he's at a black harvesting wholesale.
Yeah.
Auction.
Yeah.
Sick
So
ass.
ordering like you order from fucking Popeyes. That's how I order. How much for your eggs? Nothing like it.
The question is, why are they there?
Sick.
The question is, why are they even in this at the same table? And the look on the other guy's face looking like, put this in their drink so we can get to see what we want out of it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it kind of has to look like.
Sick shit.
You gotta do all this shit with the cameras on, man.
They have the spirit like, you got your price. Just give it to us.
It's sick. And then the more they going into the steam files, they're talking about how certain celebrities are actually boasting about how much human meat they eat.
I have something, bro.
Like Ellen DeGeneres.
Bro, I have that.
Yeah. Her.
It says-
They said Leonardo DiCaprio.
It says that Ellen DeGeneres is known as Hollywood's most prolific cannibal. Eating babies, bro.
Who was she talking to about eating pizza?
That was the
It's at the
Cobra.
Grammys.
All of them.
Was it Salmon? Yeah, but I'm saying she was like, her show came on at like 3 in the afternoon, right? You know, they talk about that in the middle of the afternoon.
They call that shit jerky. Yeah, they make jerky out of that shit, man.
Yeah.
But she knew that he was coming. That's why she fled to I don't know where. She's not in America. She fled to Europe somewhere.
Yeah, just like Tom Hanks and
The nigga Russell Simmons.
Yeah, they all fled.
And they think they're gonna get away with it. But how do you get away from your How about Shem shot, man?
There's no
From his
escape.
justice. From his judgment.
King of the universe. How do you escape the king of the universe?
How do you hide from him?
What did he What did he say? The Joker tell the crime family in the Dark Knight, Batman has no jurisdiction. He's gonna find him and make him talk. Now I know the squealers. Anyway, but yeah. So Howard Shah don't have balance where he can go where he can't touch it. So it international law don't mean nothing. It's all about righteousness. He's gonna come and find you and set this back right.
Yeah, the Lord got to thrust that sickle in, man.
That's it.
He has to. The wickedness, the vault is overflowing with the fats of wickedness.
Time is down.
Yeah.
Yep. Harvest.
Straight up cannibalism.
Yeah.
And you're not eating human flesh because you ain't ate in 10 days.
Wicked.
You eating it because it's a luxury for you. Because you worship Satan.
Because once they get off that drug, essentially, right, which is that flesh, and then you start to see their true age showing.
Yeah. So they're basically vampires.
Witches. If a witch stops eating babies, her true identity shows, which is an old hag.
You want to see that movie, Weapons?
Yeah.
You see the older lady in that?
Yeah.
The movie, the Three Wishes, the Disney movie.
Hocus Pocus.
Children, I smell the children.